Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another... The stream is called Worldwide Weird, but basically there are fun and weird articles. We even have dumb criminals articles because no matter what, humanity inevitably proves how stupid it is. I'm just looking at your question, Gigawatt. I don't know what podcast you're talking about. I'll eventually, when we get to it, I'll try to come up with an answer. But yeah, so like I said, we're back. We have about 8 articles to cover. Before we go into them, and I say hello to the chat, my co-host Steve, who will roll a die to see which articles we cover first. Let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Here twice a month.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
I'm a limited man.
Basically, it's quality, not quantity, pretty much.
Yeah, you monopolized me.
Twice a month I monopolize you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't know, Chad, can you blame me? But yeah, but I was talking to him backstage, and I said we're gonna probably keep this relatively short. The articles are not too long. Because tomorrow, I want to get as much rest as possible because tomorrow I'm going to be watching episode 4 of Rings of Power. And when I say watching episode 4, I don't just mean straight just watching it. I basically take notes while I'm watching it. So I will be, I don't know how long it'll take me to go through about an hour-long episode. So that, in fact, I have to do that and create a thumbnail for at least the Friday review I do, and then a thumbnail for the Saturday breakdown I do. But anyway, from the top, I see, Gravy D says, Weird is here. Yes, you are, Gravy. You are here. Good to see you. Trey, ready for the weird. Good to see you. Jaluk, what is up? Citizen Ronan, hello. Yes, this is my Kick. I dual stream on Twitch and Kick. Which I should be... Well, let's put it this way. It's still 50-50. If I stream tomorrow, like I said, it depends on when I get stuff done for what I'm doing with Rings of Power. Let's see. Star Wars Fran, hello. Good to see you. Force choke the like button. Hello. Does anyone know why the podcast is called Rewriting Ripley? Are you talking about Ellen Ripley? I'm assuming from Alien? Anyone who is talking about rewriting Ripley does not know anything at all about the background to the character. When I say the actual background to the character, I'm talking about the fact that the character itself was actually originally written to be a male. And was, in fact, technically rewritten because Sigourney Weaver wowed the casting director so much that they cast her in the role and tweaked some things for the character. But Ripley started out as a man, so technically it's already been rewritten. Why would they need to rewrite it? That's the name of the podcast. Oh, that's the name of the podcast is trying to take down people's channels. Oh, the ones that's all about the false flagging campaign. Oh, those panty twisted acolyte fans. Yeah, I've seen stuff going around on X today. Criminals being stupid as
Wouldn't that technically be breaking the law? If they're actively lying to get someone to lose money?
Yeah, it's I can't remember what the legal term is. But yeah, it is breaking the law. Because you're lying to law enforcement. You're lying to YouTube, and you're lying and to do so, you are lying in whatever affidavit you give, basically, testimony. So it's it's criminal.
And the intent has already been confessed, really.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't feign ignorance.
No. Hello, Calix. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm saying defamation, but I think there's another term as far, when you make a false accusation or something like that. I think there's like another like legal term with that. It's not just perjury, because perjury is basically like lying under oath. I could swear there's like a legal term whenever you make basically make a false statement like to law enforcement. Yeah, like a false statement to law enforcement. Like that's essentially I can't remember if there's a term for that or not. But yeah, maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Mazza makes the world weird. Mazza is a weirdness all to himself. Maybe misrepresentation, something like that, basically. But what arguably like what it boils down to is what they are trying to do is criminal. So, let's see. I miss saying hello to you, Jaluk. Hello. Yeah, essentially. Is my Discord? Yeah, I do watch parties there, and this Sunday is still up in the air whether or not I do a watch party because I'm still not sure if I'm going to run the Renaissance Festival. So it's still up in the air. Oh yeah, like it's the Star Wars Explained and his wife. Well, I should say he's it's basically Mrs. and Mr. pretty much because like she obviously has like he's obviously the ball and chain in the relationship.
Didn't they get up to some kind of shenanigans back in the day?
Yeah, they tried doing the same shit back in the day and other stuff, and they're trying it again. So, Conroy, hello. Yeah, I know. Like my mom's an attorney, my brother's an attorney, and I was like, I could swear there's something like a term for that, but I can't remember. Anyway. That's what my mom says every time we bring up the Renaissance Festival, whether it's like we're talking about going or like it's happening. She's like, she wants a turkey leg. She literally all she wants us to do is bring back a turkey leg for her. Yeah, it's Star Wars Explained. I can't remember what Molly's the wife's name. I can't remember what his name is. So. Maybe, what I might do if I don't stream tomorrow is like maybe do something offline. Like I play a game or something like that. Like just just jump on like even X Fire or something like that. Just jump on, play, and I go over like the shit that I watched or something like that. Alex, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. I only remember is Molly's name because she's always fucking posting shit. Anyway,
I've been blocked by them for probably 4 or 5 years.
I can't remember. I want to say I was blocked by his accounts, but I can't remember. It's been so long. It's been so long. I know I'm not blocked by her because I can see her posts. I'm surprised I haven't gotten blocked by her yet because I quote tweeted her and said someone's panties are in a twist.
Probably your husband's.
Yeah. But as far as I know, she hasn't blocked me. Let me see.
If she wears panties, she's probably wearing her husband's underwear.
Yeah. Let me just look and see. Oh, she did. I think she did block me. So I went to look at her post and it says you're unable to view this post because the account owner limits you can view their posts. Yeah, I think she finally blocked me. And all I said was someone's panties are in a twist. I gotta look it up. I know I screenshot her tweet already. But I gotta look and see if she's Molly. You're blocked. Yep, Molly Damon blocked me. Oh quick. Darn. And that's I was like, that is tame for me.
That is why you should never be tame, because you're going to get blocked anyway, so just go all in.
I know. I called Grace Randolph a blonde bimbo, and that's not why she blocked me.
Remember when I lost my account when I said someone was a bimbo?
Yeah.
Joy
I guess it's
Behar.
okay for women to call each other bimbos, but not for men.
It was at Joy Behar, I think it was.
Yeah. Like I said, like, you know, it's tame for me. Like calling someone just a bimbo, like considering that I've like dropped the retarded word frequently on Twitter, which got me blocked by no, it didn't get me blocked. She protected her tweets, but this Rings of Power stan.
I used to read.
I tweeted her.
I dish out the retard word daily. I don't
Yeah.
get in trouble with that at all.
Nope.
It just means it means slow.
Yeah, as well as it was originally meant, and then it got like commandeered by a certain demographic. But where's my tweets?
Yeah,
I tweeted the screenshots because I couldn't can't quote tweet her anymore. This is the tweets that she posted, just to give you a heads up, basically. Calling it now Nori, because they gave a hobbit the name Nori in the show. Not it's a dwarven name, but they give it to a fucking hobbit. Nori gives Gandalf his name. I shipped them so hard. That was her post. I quote tweeted that as I've never seen a take so blatantly retarded as this. That she protected her account. So, but anyway, we got 8 articles to cover. I don't read them prior to the stream because it's my genuine reaction.
Which means I can send some really fucked up ones, and you will share them not knowing that they're fucked up.
Oh, I do a cursory skim. I just don't read them. So,
damn it.
Semantics. Are you talking about the woman I quote tweeted? She's 33.
She looks 50.
Yeah, but she claims to be 33, and she's a fucking shipper.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the hobbits. Hobbits age differently than humans, so who's to say? I'm assuming they're trying to make her close to Frodo's age. So at least at the start of Fellowship of the Ring, she'd be about technically 33 in Hobbit years. Same as the fucking age as the cat lady on Twitter. But that's what I'm thinking, like, because like hobbits age differently than humans, so technically 33 is like still like a teenager to 20 something for hobbits, so it's still young. So that's what I'm guessing. But I don't like thinking about that show that much, so I'm only speculating. That's as far as I'm going to speculate with that show. Yeah, well, compared to the first episode, it's down by 50% at least. And from what I've been seeing, of those that actually watched the first episode, not everyone continued to the second or third episode. I'm going to hazard to guess that there's going to be a spike at the end of the season, because what I think most people do, or a chunk of the people do, is wait until all the episodes are released and then binge them. So my guess would be, if like that happens, like as season 1 showed, we're going to see a spike in viewers, and Amazon is going to claim that as a success. But anyway, so we have 1 through 8. I'll turn my sound off my phone.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. All right. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Criminals. A man got sentenced to 558 days in jail for telling judge to, quote, kiss my, ass. Judges are a little sensitive. And it's basically the equivalent to giving the cop a middle finger. They can arrest you for that. Yeah, don't judge it until it's finished. Yeah. But like I said, I guess they're gonna claim it to be a success because the numbers are going to spike all of a sudden.
That's actually what they said about the Acolyte.
Yeah.
You can't judge it until you've seen all of it or whatever.
Yeah. I like it. It's supposed to grab you in the first, like at the most, second episode. You're supposed to want to continue past the second episode, and only 37% in America finished Rings of Power.
And if there's like a gigantic plot hole already after 2 minutes into the first episode, then yes, you can judge it.
Yeah. I'll just like what few minutes into the first episode of Rings of Power, they did Finrod dirty by claiming his quest was to hunt down Sauron, which is not true. So it became Galadriel's quest, which was not true. But anyway. So you got 558 days, so about a year and 3 months, roughly. Maybe like a year and 4 months. Super criminals aren't just known for dumb crimes, they're also notorious for making things worse after being caught. A man in Michigan named Daryl Jarrell, well, his parents had a fucking sense of humor, was in court last week, and he was almost off the hook in a minor trespassing case when he decided to go off on the judge, just as he was about to adjourn. Okay, that's stupid. If you're gonna get off the hook, like you wouldn't even gone to off the hook means like you would not have gone to jail. Maybe suspended sentence at the best, but you would not have gone to jail. Goes off on the judge. That is stupid. Hey, Hound. Daryl shouted, quote, "I'm tired of the state. I'm ready to leave as soon as possible. It's trespassing. I could technically leave, and you guys can issue a warrant, and as long as I don't return, you can kiss my ass." I'm like, I don't blame him for, like, being ticked off at his states, because a lot of states are shitholes now in America. But say that after you've left the courtroom. The judge adjourns, you leave the courtroom, they can't do anything to you at that point. The judge didn't appreciate that and hit him with 93 days in jail for contempt of court. That got Daryl even more heated, and he started directing F-bombs at the judge. After each one, the judge added another 93 days, sentencing him to 6 altogether to be served consecutively. So that's 558 days total in jail for his foul mouth, which is a little over a year and a half. So I'm saying, like, dumb criminals. So he made it worse, and he kept making it fucking worse. I'm like, wait until the judge adjourns, because once the judge adjourns, that like the trial is no longer obviously in session, which means you're off the hook, you can leave, and whatever you say cannot be taken into record.
Bright fellow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I would be in jail for 50 life sentences for her mouth if that was the case. How many times have I dropped the word "contre" on Twitch? Because I have a counter for that. Record, someone's supposed to be writing this down. Yes, it's off. So it's basically, so once the judge adjourns, the stenographer stops writing. I'm just saying. I'm like, that's why he just made it worse. I don't blame him for being upset, at least, at his state. Because it's Michigan. It's Michigan. Michigan is turning, like, parts of Michigan have turned into shitholes. So while I don't blame him, he was stupid. Yeah, he was literally out the fucking door. He was off the hook.
Imagine his lawyer, though.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, if I were his lawyer, I would have been pissed off. Actually, I wouldn't have said anything. I just sat there and, like, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, sometimes there are court artists, but those tend to be for more like how do I put this? Like basically like basically crimes that are like made like headlines. Typically, I don't know if they do those for like all cases because like, especially this is just a simple trespassing case. But it would have been hilarious if there was a court artist in the room. So it's yet to be continued. Most likely, yeah. Yeah, like, more like high profile cases. So typically but it would be funny to see what he looked like if there was a court artist. But anyway, that was a short one. So we got 7 more left.
One.
Okay, another dumb criminal article. This one is all the way in Australia. Australian rower is the new gold medalist in dumb criminal acts. There is no Olympic medal for the dumbest crime committed by an athlete. If there was, Australia could add 1 more gold to its haul. The simple fact is this. 21-year-old rower Josh Booth was arrested early Thursday morning for alleged criminal damage, but the story is so much better than that. Shortly before 2 a.m., Booth allegedly used a large planter box to break a window at B.W. Dartnell and Associates, an engineering firm in southwest London. Why did he do it? He thought he was back in Australia, of course. From what he said to the policeman, he thought he was at home and was trying to get into his own home, just drunk and disoriented. Can't take these Aussies anywhere, can you?
You have to be really damn drunk, though, to think you're in a different country.
To think you're not only in a different country, to think what's obviously a business front is your home. I'm like I know some establishments kind of look like residences, but I'm like, come on. There's generally signs, literally. Okay.
So the rower went off the deep end?
Yes, literally. Booth and his rowing teammates were reportedly out getting sloshed after finishing 6th and last in the men's 8 final on Wednesday, just 0.69 seconds outside of a medal. Giggity. So it's understandable why Booth was drunk and why he fainted and hit his head after being arrested, according to Australian Olympic boss Nick Green. And why Booth was still wearing his yellow tracksuit at the time. Hey, if you're going to get arrested, do it with flair for style, right? So of course Green isn't laughing, and neither is the Australian Olympic Committee. While the AOC hasn't decided whether or not to discipline Booth, the damage he caused is estimated to be only $750, so the incident will likely be more costly in terms of perception rather than dollars. So yeah. Yeah. Can't take these Aussies anywhere, can you? He didn't change out of his tracksuits. He was drunk off his mind. Couldn't remember that he was not in his home country. Thought he was trying to get into his house. Took a planter that... I mean, does he have planters at his home? Like, wouldn't he think that was weird? Took a planter and broke a window. I have no idea. Trying to break dance. God damn. Oh, that'll forever live in infamy. I'm like, how drunk do you have to be? I mean, I would figure he'd be drinking enough that he'd have to go to the bathroom before he left, so he'd have to use a public restroom to do so. And yet somehow he thought he was walking from a bar to his home.
Probably not used to drinking because he's an athlete.
Well, he's also Australian, so it's like...
Yeah, that would cancel it out.
It would cancel it out. So... Yeah, I'm with you, Trey. I've been drunk, but I've remembered what fucking country I was in. And
I woke up inside an electric fence once. and a horse was eating my hat. That's all I know.
I have so many questions right now.
I had the same questions.
That is like both Jacob Andre, like what?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
what
what my
happened.
that's my reaction. Like what?
Yeah, I think I was trying to take like a shortcut home or something. I assume
Mhm.
over some hills and managed to get inside an electric fence. How I did that, I don't know.
Okay. And a horse was trying to eat your hat.
Yeah, yeah, I had like a kind of like a Blues Brothers hat, and
Okay.
uh, it was
Okay.
on the ground next to me when I woke up, and a horse was kind of munching it. So I was like, "Hi,
Yeah.
horse."
Hey, Teresa. I have so many questions. Were you
Yeah, but
abducted? Were you abducted
I
by
have
aliens?
no. Well, it could have been. I don't know.
It's just they couldn't drop you in like an open field. They're like, you know what? Let's have some fun. Stick them in an electric fence.
Yeah,
Anyway, we got 6 more articles left.
two.
Right. Presents. Okay. UFO expert says aliens have invasion plan and are, quote, tinkering with our nuclear weapons. Well, you know what? I trust the aliens more than Kamala Harris over the red button.
Yeah.
'Cause speaking of aliens, I trust ET more with his finger over the red button than I do the Dems right now.
If Mr. T made a sci-fi movie, I could call it Mr. E.T.
God damn. That's an insult to aliens. Hey, Mike. All right, let's see what this expert says. A former Pentagon UFO hunter fears aliens could be planning to invade. Luis Elizondo says flying saucers behave in the same way our own armed forces prepare for war. Elizondo, who led investigations into unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs, for the U.S. government, has compared their activities with what soldiers call initial preparation of the battlefield, IPB. In his new book, Imminent, about his time exposing the phenomenon, Elizondo, who served in the U.S. Army, says of their actions, to a guy grounded in the reality of war, everything we have seen thus far looks like a lot of IPB. Everything we've seen in the 20th century could be a prelude to invasion. It is a possibility that we cannot ignore. No, but I'm wondering what he's going off of to make that conclusion. Because I've seen no discernible pattern in UFO activity to say yes, they are like say you could pinpoint where they are centered, like where they are visiting, and you could start to track their patterns. There's no rhyme or reason. So I have no idea where he's coming with this. Like, well, how can you jump to this conclusion? Mystery craft, including flying orbs and gravity-defying objects shaped like giant Tic Tac sweets, have been spotted around nuclear facilities and other secret locations for decades. There have been claims some have even turned ballistic missiles on and off with no input from human operators. Elizondo says it's impossible to guess the intentions of whoever is controlling the craft, caught on camera by military pilots in war zones and flight test areas all over the world. In his book, Elizondo also reveals how he and his colleagues plan to tempt UAPs to reveal themselves by amassing an armada of nuclear-powered ships and submarines in the Atlantic. I'm guessing that didn't work where he was Oh, scuppered by the Pentagon bosses. Yeah, because it's a little too much there, buddy. That'd be a waste of taxpayer dollars if it fucking failed. Anyway, it's a little I don't know.
Little thin.
Conclusions. Yeah, he did. Just got all Beetlejuice 2 was all right, but just like I like most likely I'm gonna watch it like special copy first, and then I'll decide if I see it in theaters. So yeah, no, like what he's claiming that I don't know like whatever quote unquote evidence he looked at if he can even show it in his book, because that was when he was like basically super secret service in the Pentagon. But basically it's like they're hovering over this area, and that's about his evidence. I don't know. People have advised me that the invasion has been postponed. Anyway. There was a study. I didn't read the study, but I saw the title. It was it was years ago. And it's one of the most retarded titles I remember reading, but I can't remember what it was about. But they wasted taxpayer money to do this fucking study. And it had to do with fictional characters. Something along those lines. Anyway, I think there's a little bit of a stretch. A little bit of a stretch. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that money. If they want to spend it, I'll take it. Yep. Yeah, we notice weirdness with nukes. Pretty much that's what his evidence is, at least according to this article. So his grand plan was to basically amass an armada, a fucking armada of ships. Nuclear ships, nuclear capabilities. Ships. Waste taxpayer dollars, like wasting taxpayer dollars most likely, because it would be to lure aliens. And what if it didn't work? I'm just saying. 5 more articles left.
3.
Oh, okay. So we get a lot of squirrels here too. So this woman, basically, it's like a nice article. Squirrels are struggling in a heat wave, so this woman made them a squirrel spa. Squirrels are like smart little shits sometimes. There was a two documentaries I watched like years and years ago called Daylight Robbery. And it showed like basically they as part of the documentary, they actually created this obstacle course to basically test to see like if the squirrels could figure it out. And gradually the squirrel began figuring it out to the point where it could do the obstacle course essentially no problems.
Crows figure it out almost immediately.
Yeah. So Brianna Elwell never liked rodents, but after it became clear the neighboring squirrels were suffering from the heat, she began to warm to them. Living in New Braunfels, Texas, she maintains a sort of squirrel resort where the arboreal rodents can stop by, cool down, grab a bite, and lounge until the heat of the day passes. This all started when Elwell was playing with her toddler out on the deck, and the mother of 2 left a fan on after they were finished. A local squirrel came to realize the value of the fan and plopped himself on the railing to cool down. There was a drought at the time, and she remembered that the animal looked full of relief, So the next morning, she put new batteries in the fan and switched it on again. This time, 2 squirrels came to visit. After she put a video of the rodents on her TikTok account, companies began sending her free fans to help cool more squirrels down, leading to a totally new and unforeseen hobby as far as Elwell was concerned, general management of a squirrel resort. I've seen a squirrel lie like that on our porch railing. And it's funny, it looked like it would lay down there right in front of one of our cats, like it was taunting it. Building little tables and attaching them to the side of the trees, squirrels can now stay outside Elwell's house and bask in the breeze of the fans while munching on nuts, corn, and fruit frozen in ice cubes, a must in the over 100 degrees Fahrenheit heat. She placed logs between the trees to act as paths, built a courtyard for them to stay in, designed specialized feeders, bought some stylish wooden decor from the thrift stores in the area, and even hooked up a water fountain. Every day she lugs the whole resort complex out around 50 feet from the deck and sets it all up, needing around 2 hours to finish the job. She takes it down every night to ensure that the dogs that frolic around her 5-acre property don't destroy it. So, yeah. Wow, 2 hours to finish the job. Let me see what this... Can we play this? No, it's not letting me play it. I guess because they don't have TikTok. Yeah, it's not playing, but there it is. I think. Yeah, look at that. Little squirrel resort. I don't know if this is what takes 52 hours to set up or if this is just part of it. But there it is. It can get... I mean, last time I was in Texas was, when I was Air Force training, but it can get pretty fucking hot down there. Yeah, this is generally feel good story. Basically, it's like this woman basically just through course of events created this little resort for squirrels to cool down because it can get really hot. So yeah, because you're used to basically the equivalent of prison, bread and water. It's September here and it's still 106 degrees. Right now, we're on a cool trend where I am. It's 67 degrees right now. Still on the warm side for evening, but compared to what it was. And the last time I was in temperatures like that, I think I was in Iraq. So yeah, feel good story. All right, let me just close that. So we have 4 articles left.
Three.
All right. All right. Sam the kitty cat man ran away thanks to a microchip he was found close by. 11 years later. Sam has seen some shit. Another feel-good story, just 11 years. But Sam the kitty cat man disappeared 11 years ago. Jennifer Ravenel couldn't hold another cat in her lap. Her heart never could overcome the loss of that feral kitten she had rescued from the crook of a tree on her South Carolina farm. But Sam is now back in Ravenel's lap, thanks to her decision to have a microchip put in him. Charleston County Animal Control found Sam this month, skinning and feeding off scraps from a feral colony less than a mile from her home. His microchip
must have been shit.
Well, it only really works. The way it works basically is if the cat is found and taken to a vet or somewhere where they could scan it. It's not like it beeps or something like a key fob or anything if you lose your keys. that's how it works. Yeah, it isn't GPS. It's not like she can track him. It's more or less like if like he was like found and taken somewhere where like it could be scanned, and then the information will come up. That's how the microchipping works. So we do that with our cats. We like and my dog. We put a microchip in that. It kind of gets inserted underneath the skin. So if they ever run away, there's a way for them like that information to be tracked. So I'm assuming I'm gonna give her benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming she was looking, but cats will go. Generally, they do stay within a mile radius, but they hide. And it's a feral cat, basically. So they'll hide. She might be looking one area, one day, and he's off in another area. So it's like it can happen. 11 years is a little long, considering like the radius cats certainly stick to, but it can happen. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. They can be pretty. I would say they even in the home they find places to hide. I never even imagined. So we thought some of our cats have gotten out and they've been we're hiding in the weirdest places. So cats are interesting. But Sam is now back. Thanks for so Charleston County Animal Control found Sam this month, skinny, blah blah blah. She could not believe the phone call. I really thought you all were playing a prank on me because it couldn't be possible, but this is a miracle in itself. They guided Ravenel to a room where Sam was in a cage. She cried as soon as she saw him. So once everyone was sure Sam was okay, Ravenel got to hold her lap kitty again. She squeezed him, telling him that he was her boy and remarking how skinny he was. I haven't had a cat since he left 11 years because it broke my heart. To feel his little heartbeat in there, oh gosh, it's the craziest thing that ever happened to me. Wow, he was 15 pounds when he disappeared. That was a hefty cat. Found him in a feral colony after hearing a quiet meows from a crook in a tree. He sat in her lap and followed her around the farm. But one day a dog came along and spooked Sam, so she couldn't find him. Now, when cats get spooked, they like to hide a lot. But, well, regardless, that's still really cute kitty. Sam the kitty cat man. Yeah, cat was fat. 15 pounds is a hefty cat. So, that's a really sweet story. And we're down to 3 articles.
2.
All right. Ancient stone bridge discovered underwater by divers rewrites human history. So experts had long thought that humans first arrived in Majorca around 2500 BC, but a new discovery has blown that theory apart, with the bridge dating back nearly 4,000 years being uncovered. So an ancient stone bridge has been found underwater off the coast of a tourist hotspot loved by Brits, and it could rewrite human history. It had been originally thought that humans first arrived in Majorca in 2500 BC, traveling there. Hire me as a fucking editor. Jesus Christ. Traveling to the Iberian Peninsula, or traveling there from the Iberian Peninsula or southern France. Hire me. But a newly discovered underwater bridge has seemingly destroyed that theory, with experts now claiming that people could first have visited that area more than 2,000 years before that.
I'm wondering, isn't that one of the areas where they believe Atlantis was?
I'd have to look that up. It might be because like but I'd have to look that up. There's been like multiple theories on where Atlantis was situated.
Yeah, because it's near the Azores Islands, right?
Yeah.
Which some people claim is the peaks of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, tell him that. I'm like editing in my head articles as I'm reading them. I can edit tweets. Yeah, so the possibility. According to a team from the University of South Florida, the bridge is around 25, oh my god, feet in length, and is submerged inside the Genovesa cave on the Spanish island of Majorca. It was found inside flooded areas previously never explored by humans, with calcite formations on the walls, giving the boffins a clear timeline of when the bridge was used and formed. Yeah, possibility AI. They are now because they're too lazy or cheap to hire editors. They are now confident that the bridge was built around 6,000 years ago, making it 2,000 years older than previously thought, which also shuts down other thought processes that humans couldn't have come to the area more than 9,000 years ago. Led by USF geology professor Bogdan Onak, what a name, alongside Harvard University, the University of New Mexico, and the University of Balearic Islands, it is now thought that the discovery could change the history of the Spanish islands. So he said the presence of this submerged bridge and other artifacts indicates a sophisticated level of activity, implying that early settlers recognized the cave's water resources and strategically built infrastructure to navigate it. It's interesting. This research underscores the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration in uncovering historical truths and advancing our understanding of human history. The plan now is to continue exploring the cave systems, some of which have deposits that formed millions of years ago, so they can identify pre-industrial sea levels and examine the impact of modern greenhouse warming on sea level rise. Yeah, good. You gotta add fucking climate change to that shit. Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
They did find it though, at least. So
yeah. So I'm saying it's like, it's like I don't know what this has to. I mean, sea levels were rising and falling before greenhouse warming. I mean, it's like seriously, millions of years ago, time of the dinosaurs, after the dinosaurs, we've gone through like 5 ice ages on this planet. Nothing to do with fucking greenhouse warming. So why would that even? I'm just like wondering why that even factor in. Just study the
because it's
deposit.
retarded.
And just study the deposits. Like you can identify this millions of years ago. You don't need to do anything more than that. Oh, I remember acid rain. That never happened. But yeah, But anyway, like it's really interesting when you discover that, hey, like the previously thought theory is well, we were wrong because it looks like humans came well before that. So, very interesting theory. And we got 2 more articles left.
2.
All right. This is something you don't see every day, especially in the States. Emu, right? Emu runs loose through Pennsylvania neighborhood.
Sure, it's not an emo.
Oh no,
emos over there.
No, if I ever become empress of the world, I'm gonna find a way to make basically whack an emo as a sport. Because I'm like,
and give me an island with a lawn.
Yeah,
with a get off my lawn sign on it.
Yeah, there you go. But like an emu loose through a Pennsylvania neighborhood. So Pennsylvania woman said she couldn't believe her eyes when she looked out into her street and saw a loose emu. Ariel Dawson posted a video footage to social media showing the emu wandering around her streets in McKeesport. I rubbed my eyes like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? And it was an emu alive and in person on my street. Police and the flightless bird's owner soon arrived to escort the emu home. Okay, the bird, native to Australian, was from a property only a few streets away from her home. Let's see this. No, it was owned by someone who lived a few streets, like a private. So basically, it's a pet, not a zoo. So it was owned by technically a neighbor. Hey, Jam. So it was another exotic pet got loose story. And they can be dangerous up close. They can be dangerous.
You have to make sure they think you're bigger than them. So if you have a stick and hold it over your head so that you look taller than they are, they won't attack you.
Yeah. There's no way I can do that. I'm only 5'2". I'd have to get like a tree log.
He trying to hide behind the car? Look at him.
How does it get to a point where you don't notice you're missing a giant bird?
Is that an emu?
And I've been in, like, it's emu. Of course, you want to drive an Aussie crazy, pronounce it emu, but it's pronounced emu.
Yeah, the person said emu as well. Should be an.
Yeah. Yeah, because grammar. If you want to know like when to use a versus an, right? Use an before words beginning with vowels. A, E, I, U.
Or vowel sounds.
Or vowel sounds. Like H can be either an A or an an, depending on how it sounds when you're saying the word.
Yeah.
Like, so a house, that's how you say house, a house. All right.
An HQ?
Yeah, an HQ, because it sounds like an A. So if it's a vowel sound, it's an an.
If some fucker up in Norway can understand it, then Americans and Englishmen should too.
Well, I'm, hey, master's in secondary teaching, so I hear improperly used grammar, I'm going to correct it. And I'm saying, like, that's the rule of thumb. Vowels or vowel sounding words, you use an. Everything else you use a. Simple rule to follow.
You know those alphabet crackers?
Mm-hmm.
I ate all the A's and stuff, and when I was done, I had a bad vowel movement.
Chad, you know that gif of like frustrated Stitch? That's kind of how I look right now. Anyway. Well, I'm just saying I've been editing in my head an article I just read, and I have to give a grammar lesson because a grown-ass woman can't figure that out. I'm just saying. That's something we learn in school. It's like one of the first things we learn in school when, like, for writing.
You don't even have to learn it in school, really, because all you need is ears.
I know, I'm saying, but like, it's like one of the first things I remember learning in school when we were like learning composition. Anyway. Oh, you really want to bring out the school teacher and me? I'll tell you, like, like who and whom. because people use those incorrectly too. Anyway, we're down to the last article. Close this. Wife of bloke who was stung by scorpion on testicles in posh hotel says it ruined sex life. No shit. He was stung by a scorpion on his balls. I don't see him being in the mood after that.
Would be even worse if the scorpion was inside her
Yeah, there should be.
when he stuck it in.
There should be a.
Don't fuck mummies.
In that title to be grammatically correct. An unfortunate man is suing a hotel after claims to have woken up to find a scorpion taking aim at his testicles, and his wife said their sex life has taken a turn as a result. Yep. Yes, include a picture like this, as if people can't fucking figure it out. Anyway, a man's wife has claimed his sex life was ruined after his testicles were stung by a scorpion. Michael Fart, and he's lucky he's lucky to be alive, because the tinier scorpions are, the more deadly they are.
Imagine if the wife wasn't there, and some guy working for the hotel had to suck the poison out.
Oh God, yep. Michael Farchi, 62, alleges he was suddenly awoken in his luxury hotel room in Las Vegas in December of 2023 to a rather unpleasant feeling. In the lawsuit, the man said he felt multiple additional stinging sensations on his hand and groin area. He claimed the Venetian resort Las Vegas failed in its duty of care to rid the room of bugs and pests. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm saying, he's lucky he didn't die.
Shouldn't it be venom and not poison? Because venom is injected, while poison is something you consume.
Yeah. So. But he's a dereliction of duty. You should have known when this hotel's name was the Source. Farchi claims that since the incident at the Palazzo Tower, he has suffered post-traumatic stress disorder and emotional trauma. Farchi's wife, Badia, also alleges their sex life has been affected as a result of the injury. Okay. Was it a traumatic event? Yes. But dear fucking Christ, to have PTSD following it? What, every time your balls get a tingling sensation, you think of the scorpion? What's going on? Emotional trauma?
Maybe it's gotten a sleep disorder?
I'm saying that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a traumatic event, because he could maybe having emotional trauma.
A lot of people use the PTSD thing just as a victimhood thing. They don't even understand what PTSD is.
Yes. One of Farchi's attorneys said she's alleging that their sexual relationship has suffered significantly since the sting. And I guess part of the lawsuit says the hotel knew about the presence of scorpions. How do you know about the presence of scorpions and you don't? One of Farchi's the lawsuit claims the hotel owed a duty of care to plaintiffs to provide a clean, safe, and sanitary room that was free of vermin, bedbugs, or similar things, including scorpions. It really doesn't matter so much how it got there. So basically, I think the hotel allegedly had prior knowledge of infestation of poisonous, deadly scorpions.
If they had prior knowledge of it, then they're fucked.
Yeah. If it's proved that they had prior knowledge, then that is a dereliction of duty.
Which is probably where the PTSD and everything else came from, because they're going to be found guilty. So you might as well add damages to it to get more money.
Yeah. Okay, he is now seeking a jury trial to assess damages for past and future medical expenses, mental distress, anguish, pain and suffering, loss of companionship and support, and loss of enjoyment of life. That's okay. Again, it was a traumatic event. I'm not trying to diminish what happened to him, but that is a stretch. That is a stretch. Disease Viagra, yeah. Loss of I'm saying like it's like it doesn't say he got divorced. It says loss of companionship. So it's like basically like he and his wife are not doing it. That's all it's like I pretty much fucking means. The article doesn't say they got divorced. Just that their sex life suffered. I'm like really? That's it. I don't know. It says future medical expenses. I have no idea what what he could be future medical expenses he could be going through. I doubt it deflated his balls. So I'm like,
Ever see that movie called We're the Millers with Jennifer Aniston?
I think so. Is that with Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah.
He has to create a fake family or something like that, or
Yeah, and the kid gets bitten in the balls by a spider.
yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he shows them off too.
It also doesn't say if he can or can't use it anymore. That's why I'm wondering what medical expenses he could be going through, like what possible future medical expenses he could be going through. But I think I think he's overdoing it just a little bit. I think what's going on is basically like they're going for like such a high financial number. Basically how it works is they basically start with an incredibly high number that they know the hotel or whatever entity is being sued will not pay to get it down to what they actually would want. To basically make the other entity feel like they negotiated it down, when in fact they negotiated it to where the one attorney wants it in the first place. That's how that process works typically. I know it's haggling, but basically, like what they'll do, especially if it's a case where you're suing another individual or company, you'll start with an incredibly high amount you want to sue for that you know they will not pay and fight. Typically, the other side will haggle down, quote unquote, and you'll go down to where you want to be, rather than start where you want to be and not get what you want. Hey, Abomination. That's typically how the haggling works with attorneys in cases like this. So yeah, they're embellishing a bit. That's what they do is they'll embellish and say, oh, this is it's like this, he's suffering this, he's suffering that, he's suffering this, so we're going to go for this amount. And it goes back and forth like that.
So he's not been able to have sex since the day he felt a little prick.
Yes.
That's ironic.
Yes. And this article is dated September 1st, 2024. And it had only been a year prior to that. So it's like not even a year.
You know the guy in the picture that's holding his crotch, right?
Yeah.
Imagine being a model that does pictures like that for articles.
Yeah, I know. But my resume says hand model. Don't worry, we're photographing your hands. Just put them here. Great. It didn't even happen. Not even quite a year ago. It happened in December of 2023. So it's like it's got another 3 months, and then it'll be a year. A little prick will do you every time, yeah. So it's like I'm like, dude, it's like that's why I said that when he said he's suffering PTSD, I'm like, that's a stretch. That's a little bit of a stretch. Well,
traumatic,
yes. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a stretch.
Yeah, you see people claiming they have PTSD because someone spoke harshly to them too.
Yeah, I know.
or used the wrong pronoun or whatever the hell.
I know. We've gotten weaker as a species.
Yeah.
So, like, again, I say, was it traumatic? I mean, yes. I mean, no man wants that to happen to him. But to claim that level of anguish, emotional distress, PTSD, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. But there it is, chap. Those are the articles we had for tonight. Tomorrow, as I said, 50-50 on streaming. Depends on when I finish.
The scorpion yelled, "Finish him." And the wife went, "I can't. He's limp."
Oh my god. The scorpion is like, your soul is mine. Yeah, so anyway. But thank you, chat. No zombies. No, not this time. Maybe next time. I mean, we're getting close to next time will be in the month of October, so chances are there'll be zombie articles popping up. So,
top 10 next week, though.
Yes, and we're in 1991, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so personal. So chat, if you're just tuning in, you're new to this channel. Our top 10 lists are our own personal top 10s from the specific year. So the movies themselves don't necessarily have to be stellar or even good. If we find enjoyment in them, if we like them for whatever they are, they might make the list. Doesn't mean they're cinematic achievements. Oh my god, gravy. It's not a scorpion in the balls, yes. So there it is, chat. There it is. Yeah, next week is the top 10 1991, our personal top 10 films of 1991. Tomorrow, as I said, is 50-50 on whether or not I stream, because that depends on when I get my special copy of Rings of Power Episode 4, when I'm able to watch my special copy of Rings of Power Episode 4, when I finish watching the special copy, and when I get at least the one thumbnail done for Friday. So yeah. Before I mention any other streams I have coming up, Stieg, let everybody know where they can find you.
I just said it. Here next week.
Well, I know, I'm saying normally you say, "Don't find me," so.
Just follow the horses.
Yeah, and the electric fence.
Yeah.
But
I don't do much YouTube anymore at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop on with Teresa now and again, but that's it, and random.
If episode 4 drops on Amazon 3 a.m. my time, or is it? I don't know, it's really early morning my time. I'm on the East Coast, so it drops really early morning. And then what I do is I wake up the next day, I find a special copy, wink wink hint hint, to watch, so I'm not giving Amazon any clicks. And that's how I watch it. So it depends on when it's available. But as far as on Amazon, it's early morning when it's released, when it drops. So that's all I can tell you. That's all I remember. I don't stay up to watch it. I don't really fucking care. But yeah, I'll be watching episode 4 tomorrow and doing a spoiler review on Friday for it, and then a spoiler breakdown of the episode on Saturday. 50-50 streaming, 50-50 whether or not I stream tomorrow. Might do something offline. Well, if you would watch my streams, you would know I'm fairly close to finishing BioShock, Maz on Knoxville. I mean, I don't know who you are if you go by a different name elsewhere, but I should be close. I broke free of Fontaine's control. That's like the level I'm on. That's what I just finished. So, would you kindly watch my streams? Yeah, if you're talking about when that Amazon drops the episodes, Thursdays. So early morning Thursdays is when they drop. But like I said, I don't stay up to watch them. I get my special copy the next day to watch. So, but yeah. But I do watch parties every so often on my Discord. Last time we watched. What did we watch last time? I can't remember. I know Abigail was one of them. Oh, I showed you guys North by Northwest. I showed my Discord North by Northwest, Hitchcock, one of my favorite Hitchcock films. No worries, no worries. I'm just ragging you basically, but yeah, I have never played BioShock, so I'm only speculating that I'm close to being finished because of where I'm at in the story. So just ragging you a bit, basically. But I feel like I said, never having played the games, I feel like I'm fairly close to finishing BioShock. So, but there it is, chat. Yeah. So Friday, basically plan on streaming either more BioShock, depending on if I stream tomorrow or not, or I have the game Squirrel with a Gun. So one of those days, I'll either Friday or Saturday, I'm most likely will play Squirrel with a Gun. But we'll see. The live stream breakdown Saturday, I think instead of doing it mid-afternoon, I'm thinking I'm going to do it about between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Eastern. So that way, it's like if more people want to watch, it's like closer to the evening. But I'm thinking between 5:30 p.m. and 6 Eastern, start and go for about an hour, maybe a bit more, covering the entire episode. So Saturday evening, live stream breakdown.
I have some breaking news.
Yes.
Amazon has actually done some good casting. Because they're doing a Masters of the Universe movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they've cast Alison Brie as Evil Lynn. That's actually good casting.
Okay.
I saw it just
We'll
now.
see. Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, Amazon Studios is one of those one of the things where it's it's an basically an umbrella organization, and you have different entities underneath it. Where Amazon Studios will put out a good show that people like Reacher. Then they put out a shit show like Rings of Power. So it's
the Wheel of Time. I'll tell you one thing: if you had read those books, and you should, you'd be pissed at that show. It's on par with Rings of Power, except in this case they actually destroy source material directly.
So that's it. At some point, I should get into those books. But yeah, that's why every person that I've seen talk about that show who's read the books has torn it apart.
Teresa's reading. She just finished book 2. She gave it a 10 out of 10.
Mm.
It's the Wheel of Time is the closest anyone has gotten to Tolkien's level.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say Robert Jordan has more lore actually than Tolkien. But then again, it's 14 books.
Yeah.
That are 700 plus pages. So more pages, more content, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah. But there it is, chats. So they're doing God of War. So I'm saying Amazon has been more misses than hits. But it's I'm how do you put out a good thing here and then shit here?
What they were almost doing at Amazon instead of Rings of Power. Mm-hmm. You know that lady that's in charge of the shows. She basically vetoed and went with Rings of Power. Mm-hmm. They had the rights to do a Conan show, mm-hmm. and an Elric show, which is very popular sword and sorcery character. from the 70s, written by Michael Moorcock. It's heavy metal as hell, but they didn't want to do that one on Conan because she said it was too much toxic masculinity in it. And yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I'm like, chat, do me a favor. Tell me where I can find Jennifer Salk so I can cunt punt her. I'm like, oh, there should be toxic masculinity in Rings of Power if they were actually doing proper lore building, like in the show. There would be toxic masculinity. Like, because I said they do the male characters so fucking dirty, it's insane. Oh, let me tell you something. I don't know if Teresa's still in the chat, but let me give you a perspective of like how they do the male characters dirty. You know the character Celebrimbor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, obviously. I mean, I'm just saying that because basically set up, and like from like actual lore, he's kind of seduced by Anatar to create the rings because Anatar comes and like to teach him like to hone his craft, basically teach the Elven Smiths how to do this creating these rings. Okay, that's all it's like, and the gist of it, right? Without going into the details, chat. That's the gist of it. All right. Do you want to know what propels him to create the Rings of Power in the show from the last episode I watched?
I have no idea.
Because he's informed because they dropped the name Anatar in the episode. So basically it's now Hellbrand now looks like Anatar, and he's revealed himself as a Maya, a part of the Maya, to Celebrimbor. The reason why Celebrimbor decides he's going to create more Rings of Power after the 3 rings given to the elves already is because Gil-galad has decreed no more rings should be made. Like, he's basically told no. So, like a petulant teenager full of pride, he's going to defy Gil-galad and lie to him. That's how he begins creating the Rings of Power. They make him Feanor, essentially. He's told no.
Yeah. Soul Assassin is right, though. The Conan writers went on to do the House of the Dragon show, which is another fucking train wreck now after season 2.
Mm-hmm.
They went all feminist because they hired one of the Orange is the New Black writers. And what could go wrong, right? And they basically cucked all the males, and all the events are out of order. So it makes no sense because one event will lead to another, right?
Yeah. Without work, with like a lore building, like you.
Yeah, and the heir to the throne is a character they left out of the show. So well done. It's called Maelor. George Martin himself called him Maelor the Missing now. So train wreck. It's that story is destroyed. Always happens in the second season, I've noticed. That's when they tend to abandon the source material. Happened with The Witcher too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was willing to give it the benefit, at least a benefit of the doubt at the end of season 1, but then it just went off the rails in season 2.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch season 3.
I haven't watched it either. I've read the books. They're great.
Yeah.
The ending isn't so great, but I'd give the Witcher series, the book series, an 8 out of 10. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so chat, kind of wrap it up here, but like I said, I'll be watching this episode 4 for Rings of Power tomorrow. That's the plan, and we'll see about streaming once I finish it and I have an idea of what time I have. I'll let you all know what I plan to do. But next week on YouTube is the top 10 1991 films, and after that, the 1s and 2s for this month is X-Men and X-Men United. I should say X2 X-Men United, and the singles are the Wolverine and Logan. So And I'm thinking ahead in October, because we're coming into October, spooky season. So I'm going to talk to Orange Hat about this. But I'm thinking for the 1s and 2s in October, maybe putting it to a poll. But part of me is leaning to Conjuring and Conjuring 2. Just kind of a little bit of a change of pace after the doing Halloween 1 and 2. But we'll see.
The Descent 1 and 2.
I need to watch the second Descent. I've only seen the first one.
Second one was worse, but it wasn't terrible.
I'm just saying, like, just kind of like steer away from like the slasher horror movies and do like either like Supernatural or Creature. So, sorry, Gravy. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, nope. Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, if his pole doesn't work, it's probably a scorpion sting.
No, he lost his Twitter account, and he can't figure out why. So, and they're upholding the second ban, because apparently they think he's how do they word it, Gravy? Because he used the same email. No, we haven't done Home Alone yet. We might do that at Christmas, around Christmas. I don't think we did that. What did we do on Christmas for the 1s and 2s?
Die Hard.
Same number, yeah. But I know it wasn't the Home Alone movies. I just can't remember what we did. Oh, we did Gremlins. Or yeah, we did Gremlins 1 and 2. Because I contend Gremlins is a Christmas movie. We could do Home Alone 1 and 2 this year. But anyway, thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. I'm going to call it here so I can jump off and go to sleep. So I'm awake enough to watch the shit show tomorrow. I will see you either on stream tomorrow evening. If not tomorrow, then definitely by Friday. So take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, or I should say definitely by Friday. Well, definitely by Friday evening. We'll see how I feel after the spoiler review video. So take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you all later. Peace.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.